Over the last several years, a lot of light has been shone on the treatment of pigs, chickens, and other animals in New Zealand's farming industry. Mengzu was horrified when she got to see this treatment for herself.
This was when I was about 18 and I'd never been inside a factory farm before that. And it was really horrifying to see such majestic animals kept in really tight spaces that they can't even move around. And all they can do is stand up or lie down or sit in their back feet. And it was just disgusting to see them in those conditions.
Mengzu and several others set up the collective Animal Freedom Aotearoa, and she began to volunteer her time on a regular basis to advocate for a better life for these pigs and other mistreated animals all over New Zealand.
We're a group of grassroots animal rights activists that are committed to animal liberation. We do investigations and rescues and public education around animal rights issues and speciesism as a form of oppression. At the moment, we're meeting once a month, usually at a vegetarian or vegan cafe in Auckland. We come from an angle where we don't see animals as property or as commodities to be traded and bought and sold. We see them as having their own value and right to exist for themselves and not for humans or any companies.
The group has over 600 supporters whom they keep updated on animal rights issues. They also organise farm tours for those who want to know more.
Generally, what we do is we take people who are wanting to visit factory farms and see for themselves what the conditions are actually like for the animals, and go to a farm nearby in the area early in the morning to give ourselves like a self-guided tour of the place, where people can take photos and film and show to other people. It's just to expose the factory farms and for people to see for themselves, because you can only understand what it's like from footage based on what you can hear and what you can see. But when you're inside a factory farm, you can smell and feel what it's actually like. It's really horrible.
Animal welfare is something Mengzu has been passionate about for a long time. She's been part of several groups before co-founding this one, and they've had some great successes as a result of their activism.
When I first got involved in animal rights, there was a group called Auckland Animal Action, which had regular protests against the selling of fur in fashion stores. And I remember being a part of that, and pretty much almost every store that we had demonstrated against, they had removed the fur from their shop, so that was quite successful.
But the most rewarding part has been her work with battery cage hens. Finding ways to rehabilitate and rehome these birds is incredibly satisfying for Mengzu and the group.
In the past, there has been some battery hen farms that were closing down, so we had purchased some of those hens to save them from the slaughterhouse, basically.
And when the group rescue animals, this is where they bring them, the animal sanctuary just north of Auckland.
We specialize in abused, hard-to-place animals, so there are organizations that do cats and dogs really well, but we take the harder-to-place animals like donkeys and cows and goats and pigs and parrots, the less domestic animals. We also take the rescued battery hens, rehabilitate them, and then adopt them into permanent homes.
So the last group of hens that we brought around, are they still around?
They've all been placed in new homes. We've done over 700 rehomings now, so the injured and rescued hens that you bring here get fully rehabilitated, and then they are adopted into permanent slaughter-free homes.
Oh, that one looks really raw.
Yeah, she is, and she's already on a road to recovery. She was worse when she arrived. When they first come to us, they're pretty raw, they're red, they're hot, they're limping, they're afraid of space, they're afraid of light, and they require a lot of care. But about 6 weeks later, they're these happy, healthy hens that have all their feathers back, they're running outside, they're laying in the sun and dust bathing and pecking at the grass, which they've never seen in their entire lives, and it's really rewarding to see that change in such a short time. It's volunteers like Mengzu that are the vital link that make it happen. They actually go to the farms, they actually talk to the farmers, they actually negotiate to be able to rescue some of these animals and then bring them to us for care. So without them, none of this would happen.
This all requires a lot of time and effort. But Mingzu is committed to the reasons she is doing this.
A short answer is because I really care about these animals and I don't think they deserve to be exploited for profit or for human purposes. And it's really amazing the change that you see in sanctuaries when they become free. They tend to be more friendly to humans and be able to actually fly around and play and be able to exhibit some of their natural behaviours.
Mingzu hopes once more people become aware of the group's work, the effects will be even further reaching.
I hope it inspires other people to do similar things because it's something that anyone can do. If you have a bunch of people that you can work with, it's about taking direct action and actually having a direct impact on the lives of these animals.
If you'd like to find out more about Animal Freedom Aotearoa, visit their website.